After completing both Duck and Hank masteries, there was only one brawler left for me to complete the F-tier trio, Frank. He's been terrible for years now, so I wanted to see what makes him so bad. I also set up some goals for this video, and if I fail to complete them, I have to spin a wheel with every brawler in the game, and buy a skin for whichever I get. The first two challenges are to push to masters using Frank only, and to finish this push in 5 days. So this push starts here, 800 trophies, power 8 and bronze 2 mastery. The first thing I did was obviously upgrading him, and this is the build I went for. After that, I instantly started playing ranked. Day 1 was pretty fun. Playing in lower ranks doesn't require much brain usage from you, and the games were rather fast. I got to Diamond in less than 1 hour and only lost 1 game. I am not taking the blame for that. Diamond games didn't really increase in difficulty, the only difference was that games took more time to win. From Diamond to Mythic we lost just 1 game, but it was on the most open map in the game on Heist. But after getting to Mythic, the games were a lot harder. Not because the enemies were good, but our randoms were horrendous. I was duo queuing this whole time, but one good teammate wasn't enough. After a few losses, somebody you may know joined, Freddy. Even though we were in Masters lobbies, now we went on a 4-game win streak, which boosted me all the way to Legendary 2. But it couldn't be all good. We ended this day with a clean 5 lose streak, which dropped me to halfway Legendary 1. Start of day 2 wasn't ideal. I played with randoms and lost the first game, but was luckily able to carry the second one. After that, I started duo queuing with Inferno, and we won that game. From this point I was just trio queuing, but it wasn't that bad. We were winning most of the games, can't even lie, I was just being carried. And we were able to get to the last game to Masters. It was on Safe Zone, not the most ideal map, but luckily the draft was questionable. Anyways, the first game was very easy. We got control early on because of our high HP, and I was able to get into the top right corner of the map. It basically forces the enemy team to pinch me because one player is not enough. From this push we were able to deal nearly 60% of the damage already. After respawning, I got this free kill on Byron and we straight lined to their safe, finishing this game in about a minute. The second game was surprisingly a lot closer. Enemy teams seemed to understand that they played bad, and they used their range advantage a lot more, making it hard for us to push up the map. We were able to get some damage early on, but their Nita played well and out-damaged us with her super. Now we started to create a push, and our Melody made a nice play, dealing 25% from pretty much nothing. Me and Buster were a bit stuck in the mid, but we found a kill thanks to the shield. Nita threw a terrible bear, but it wasn't as bad as what I was about to do here. Looking back at it, I have no idea what was going through my head. Anyways, the enemy team got easy control from that, but their comp had no damage, so it didn't cost us a lot. Our Melody tried to make a play again, but was shut down very easily, but that allowed me and Buster to move up the map. I then picked up the skill onto Nita, and my plan was to get into the top right corner again. The enemy team decided to leave me apart from Bell, and the ending was really close. Until my Melody dashed all the way from the spawn and secured this win. That finished this push, and I couldn't even force myself to overreact.
Whoa, nice.
Also, if you are wondering why I didn't say anything about the rewards, here is a quick summary. I got to Masters with just 7,342 mastery points from this whole push. I knew it was not enough, and I still kinda felt like playing. So to milk maximum mastery, I played for 1 more hour and got to 9,142 mastery points. And now I can move on to the next challenge, which is rank 30. I started day 3 on Hot Zone. The map was dueling Beetles. It started off bad. I lost the first game, but after that I managed to go on a 5-game win streak. Frank may not be the best brawler, and I was getting carried most of the time, but I sometimes had some good plays. My main objective was to tank damage for my team, and it was working fine. I got to Gold 1 mastery pretty fast, and 1 game later I got to rank 27. After that I was kinda stuck. I would win and lose all the time, and I didn't gain any trophies. I got to 12k mastery points, which was a very weird game. One of my opponents didn't load into the game for a whole minute. From this point I didn't lose a single game somehow, and ended up being 1 away from 900 trophies. It was against one of the saddest team comps this game has ever seen, Grey Double Tank. If that couldn't get any worse, I got a tick on my team, which does pretty much nothing into tanks. Game started off okay. I traded with the Jackie, and my team also got the Rosa. Enemies had more time on the zone, and Grey got his super, which I honestly thought the game was over. From this point, all the enemies had to do was walk into the TP and outskill us, but I honestly didn't expect Frank to be a good counter. When the teleport glows, I just had to use my super and cycle it over and over again. The only problem there is that if a brawler has a knockback like Jackie, I can't do anything unless I time the super perfectly. After getting team wiped, we lost all the control, but we managed to kill this Rosa, and I did a really nice play getting Jackie. Then quickly after Grey, then the Rosa from teleport, and I stunned the Jackie before dying. My team doesn't have enough damage, so I had to go back to mid fast. But luckily my team played well and I just cleaned up this Jackie, securing this win and 908 trophies. But from here I just couldn't gain any trophies and I was getting blamed like every second game. Sometimes yeah, it may have been my fault, but I'm not taking the blame from a guy called Ruben. Anyways, I still played to get to Mastery Cup with no regard for my trophies, and it was a pretty painful experience getting these Mastery points. Some games I would just get a tick on my team or my opponents just randomly had two of my hardest counters, but I still got to 13k Mastery points while being above 900 trophies. Then an hour later I got to 14k Mastery and 15k after another hour. I was really close to Mastery Cup from here, and after another win I reached it, ending the day on 15,142 Mastery points and 876 trophies. I started off day 4 with a game mode swap to knockout. The map was Flaring Phoenix. I know you may not expect Frank to be good on this map, but there is a certain strategy that makes him pretty much broken. Kit. Every game I queued up for, I was just hoping to get a kit with a bit of understanding that he shouldn't jump on enemies. Sometimes I was getting lucky, but most of the time I wasn't getting kits, which made me a human shield for my mates. But when I was lucky, I would just press play again, hoping that my kit would do that, and it was working. I got to go to Mastery. But something that really changed my trophy push was finding these two guys, Mathieu and MR. They were duo queuing with Kit and Rosa, and I was just mostly spectating if the matchup was free, or if enemies were also playing Kit, I would just stun them. With these two guys, I went on a 6-game win streak, and we were 1 game away from rank 29. It was against, who would have guessed, Kit, Draco, and this time also Cordelius. Start of the game was very exciting. My team was the first one to make a move, and after that, whatever this is was happening. Then I missed my super on purpose so that I died faster and let my team get a double kill. Of course planned out. Only Cord was left and he had no chance to clash that. Second round was a bit different. Both teams were sitting in spawn till the smoke started coming in, and this was even more chaotic. I was spamming my attack from left hand side and got my super, which I hit this time. Still obviously died, but everyone just disappeared after me and my kit out-kitted the other kit, giving me rank 29 on Frank. After this game they left, but added me, so I still decided to play with them, but it didn't go that well. I have no idea what happened to them, but they were playing like 10 times worse. After 2 losses, they both left me, so I just continued playing with randoms. I was able to stay at around 950 trophies for a while, which got me to 18k mastery points, but after that I had a crazy tilt. I just couldn't win a game no matter what I did, and I dropped all the way to 879 trophies. That made me really demotivated to grind to rank 30, so I focused on mastery, and at least this wasn't that bad. Also, I had some pretty funny moments along this tilt like these. I was still somewhere around 900 trophies, so wins were giving a good amount, and below 950 games are just much easier. But after hitting 19k mastery, I just felt kinda bored of playing knockout, so I switched to hot zone. The map was open business. To be honest, I had some high hopes for this mode, but I was quickly hit with reality. I would say I was even more useless than in knockout, but there were some situations where I absolutely popped off. This was a lot more fun to play when I was winning compared to knockout, but definitely much harder. But soon, I received an invite from this guy. I took the gamble, and he was in a lobby with Lob, who is an 80k player. I only remember him from Power League. We went back to knockout, and it was going well, but we only played 1 game, which we won. And they both left me, making me go back to hot zone. Soon after that, I hit 20k mastery, while also pushing trophies. I was somehow able to get back to 950 trophies. Then I got back to win-lose cycle, and in this very boring way, I was able to max the mastery cap at 21,142 mastery points. So now let's move on to the next day. Day 5. I started to grind on an OK Frank map, Parallel Place. First game of the day was really good. I have completely destroyed the enemy team, earning me a star player. But I guess I was also lucky to have teammates with hands, because sometimes it's too much to ask for. Anyways, I got myself once again just not being able to get consistent wins, which was really bad for my rank 30 push. But I still had some funny moments. In this game, I have gone on the right zone, and the only thing we did with this Draco was just spinning around for a minute straight. I kinda felt bad for him because his team didn't feel like helping him and couldn't even win their lane. Also, I found an RT with an interesting name. I don't know how he got away with it, but I mean, I'm not the one who should be talking about weird names. Anyways, after a few games I got to one game away from 22k points and it was so bad. I lost one game, then lost another, then lost another, and even lost the fourth one, but luckily I got star player and that was enough. After this, I just couldn't care less about getting the rank 30, so I just brainlessly played this map until I hit 20,836 mastery points, and that's when I decided to change the game mode to gem grab. The map was Death Cup Trap. This was a special experience, not in the good meaning of this word. In my first game, I got this Edgar on my team, which was horrendous. Of course he got gold 3 mastery, but that couldn't have been done in 3v3. I just don't believe it's possible to be this bad. But that wasn't the end of my journey with him. In the next game I got him on my team again, but we somehow won this time. I queued up for the next game and guess who I got on my team? The same Edgar. We won this match after his insanely lucky hypercharge play, but the whole game bro was just as useless as possible. And then I queued up for another game and I got him yet again. Fortunately, it was the last time, but I actually have no idea how that's even possible. Like, surely there is enough people playing this game that would allow me to get a different teammate, but I guess not. Anyways, I still decided to stick to this mode and it was pretty good. I was able to win games, but one game really ruined my mood. It was against one of the worst, most brain-dead, annoying, irritating, infuriating team comps I have ever seen. Draco, Kit and Poco. It started off really well. We team wiped them and got the control. We were spawn camping them and we got a 7-0 lead, but that's when they got a breakthrough. They started their strategy and we just couldn't kill them no matter what, and their Poco was sitting in mid collecting gems. But then, when it was even, it all went downhill. They rushed my gem carrier and got away with all the gems, but it wasn't what triggered me the most. This Poco had the courage to spin after winning this game. This level of shamelessness should be bannable. The worst part is that the only nerf we got to this strategy is a nerf to Draco's shield. Luckily, there was one funny moment which made me feel better, and it's this. If he didn't pull me, they would have won this game easily. This is like the only situation when Frank's HP can compensate all his weaknesses. Anyways, I got to 23,571 mastery points, and that's when I fell asleep. I mean, I'm playing Frank, so I guess it's justified, but it really threw me off. When I woke up, I realized what happened, and I instantly got to grinding. The map changed, and now I was playing on Rustic Arcade. This is a terrible map for Frank, but I only lost 2 games, and after hitting 23,802 mastery points, I decided to go for the last game mode switch of this push. I went to Brawl and it went surprisingly well. I avoided playing this mode because of the amount of counters I expected to face, but it wasn't that bad. Even if I was hard countered, my teammates played meta brawlers and were able to carry me. I managed to get to 24,000 in no time, but the problem was my time running out. I needed to finish this push before the shop reset, or otherwise I would need to spin the wheel. I was grinding. Wins were flying in, and after an hour I was able to get to one game away from gold 3 Frank with only 50 seconds left. I got in and it was against Melody, Stu and Dynamite. Very hard matchup. We had a terrible start. My Surge died and Melody got the ball, which we all know how that ended. After that I got a clean stun on the Stu and passed the ball to Mortis, which equalized the game. Now all we had to do is not let Melody super the ball, but it was inevitable and we lost. I was hoping for a star player, but I forgot my Surge let Dynamite pop off, so I failed to the challenge. Now the map changed to Retina and I had to play it, but it wasn't fun. I lost the first game pretty fast. The second game I was countered by pretty much every brawler and it was just a knockback simulator, which I could have done nothing about, so we lost again. But in the third game I had a bit more hope. It was against Jackie, Colt and Sandy. It started off bad. My Surge died in seconds and Rosa did the same. I picked up a kill on the Sandy, but Colt just straight lined me and I couldn't do anything. After respawning I got the Colt and then farmed him again, but my Rosa just decided to run in the Sandy super. We still managed to hold control, but Rosa ran in again and fed another Sandy super. From there, they team wiped us and scored. We tried to bring it back, but it felt like the enemy team had a Sandy super the whole game, which is just not possible to win. If that couldn't get any worse, they spun on us with thumbs down. But then, I got into another game. We were against Colt, BB and Bull. In the first seconds, my Mortis made an amazing play and we got an early score. After that, enemies responded pretty fast with a goal and now it was 1-1. After that, just as we spawned in, they team wiped us and I honestly thought it was over, but Bull wasn't smart enough to walk the ball in. I then got a clean double stun, picking up these kills, and we also got the Colt. We now just needed to not throw and I got a double stun yet again and we team wiped them, finishing this whole mastery push. But because I failed 2 challenges, I have to spin the wheel twice. The first brawler I got was, so I got, and the second brawler was, and the skin I got was. Anyways, now let's claim the title, and if you would like to see me master 12 brawlers in one day, click this video to watch that.